Hello there, grade 7 learners. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. In this video, I will help you on how to do your performance task number 1. Are you ready? Let's begin. Let's now familiarize the POLIA 4-step problem-solving process. This 4-step problem-solving process was discovered by George Polya. George Polya was a mathematician in 1940s. He devised a systematic process for solving problems that is now referred to by his name, the Polya 4-step problem-solving process. He created this famous 4-step process for problem solving, which is now used all over the world. These are now the steps. Step 1, understand the problem. Step 2, devise a plan. Step 3, carry out the plan. And step 4, look back or check. For step 1, you are going to understand the problem. So we have to really understand what is the problem all about. So in understanding the problem, you are going to state the problem in your own words, and you have to pinpoint exactly what is being asked, identify the unknowns, figure out what the problem tells you is important. So in this step, we have to identify what are the important facts or given, and we have to identify what is being asked in the problem. For step 2, we have to devise a plan, or we are going to translate. For this step, we have to plan it out. What is the best strategy we're going to use to solve the problem? So it can be, we can look for a pattern or possible patterns. We can review similar problems, or we can make a table, diagram, or charts, or we can make a systematic listing. We can also write an equation. This is very common. You can write an equation or mathematical sentence. You can use guess and check. You can use working backwards, and many others. So in this step, we have to plan what is the most effective or the fastest way in solving the problem. Then after planning, we have to go to step 3, which is carry out the plan or solve. So in this part, we have to be really very careful in solving the problem. We have also to keep an accurate and neat record of all our attempts. We have to realize that some of our initial plans, for example, we have our plan A, should have also our plan B, plan C. Since if your plan A will not be successful, you have still other options. So realize that some of your initial plans will not work and that you may have to devise another plan or modify the existing plans. Then the last step, step 4, we have to look back or check and interpret. In this step, we have to ensure that the solution is consistent with the facts of the problem. And we have to interpret the solution in the context of the problem. For example, after getting the answer, we have to really recheck or look back if our answer is realistic. What if, for example, in the problem what is asked is the age of the father, and your result is below 10 years old, so it's not realistic. So you have to go back to your problem if your answer is realistic or consistent with the facts of the problem. There are 3 steps for conversion. First one is you identify the type of measurement. This is very important. You have to identify if that unit is for mass, for length, volume, temperature. This is for easier, we have to determine the conversion factor that we are going to use. So we have to really identify if that unit is for mass, is it for length or for volume or temperature. Then after that one, after identifying, we will use the conversion table, which I will present it later in the next slides. We will use the conversion table, and there you can see the conversion factors. And after that one, we will use the unity fractions. So here are now the conversion factors presented in conversion tables. So we have here from kilometers to miles. So we have 1 kilometer is just equal to, so we will just multiply it by 0.62. So kilometers to feet, that is 3,280.8. Meters to feet, that is 3.28. So it means 1 meter is just equal to 3.28 feet. Centimeters to inches, so 1 centimeter is just equal to 0.39 inches. Millimeters to inches, 1 millimeter is just equal to 0.039 inches. And 1 inch is equal to 0.0254 meters. 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeters. 1 inch is equal to 25.40 millimeters. 1 foot is just equal to 0.30 meters. 1 yard is equivalent to 0.91 meters. 1 yard is just equal to 0.00091 kilometers. 1 mile is equal to 1.61 kilometers. These conversion factors are for length. Let's proceed to volume or capacity. 1 liter is just equal to 1.057 parts. 1 liter is equal to 0.264 gallons. 1 milliliters is just equal to 0.0042 cups. 1 ml or 1 milliliters is just equal to 0.0338 ounces. 1 ounce is just equal to 29.57 milliliters. 1 cup is equal to 236.6 milliliters. 1 quart is equal to 0.95 liter. 1 gallon is equal to 3.79 or 785 liters. Here are now the conversion factors for mass. We have here 1 kilogram is just equal to 0.0011 tons. 1 kilogram is just equal to 2.2046 pounds. 1 gram is equal to 0.035 ounce. 1 gram is equal to 0.002205 pounds. 1 milligram is equal to 0.000035 ounce. 1 ounce is just equal to 28,350 milligrams. 1 ounce is equal to 28.35 grams. 1 pound is just equal to 0.454 kilograms. 1 ton is just equal to 907.18 kilograms. For temperature, Okay, for Fahrenheit to Celsius, we have to use this formula. So we have temperature in degrees Fahrenheit minus 32, quantity multiplied by 5/9. For Celsius to Fahrenheit, we have degrees Celsius, the temperature in degrees Celsius multiplied by 9/5, quantity plus 32. Let's now apply the 4 steps in solving problems by George Polya and the 3 steps in converting units. So the first problem here is a cloth is 200 yards long. How long is the cloth in inches? So let's begin with the step 1. We have to understand the problem first. We have to identify what is asked in the problem. So we'll go back to the problem. A cloth is 200 yards long. How long is the cloth in inches? So we have here 200 yards. And what is asked in the problem is we have to convert it into inches. Take note that the yard is a unit in English system. And we will convert it to inches, which is also a unit in English system. So we need to use a conversion factor for this. So we will have that on step 2. What is asked in the problem is how long is the cloth in inches? So we have to proceed to step 2. We have to devise now a plan. So in devising a plan, we have to plan out how are we going to solve the problem? What is the best strategy in solving the problem? So based on this information, in step 1, we can use the conversion factor. 1 yard is equivalent to 36 inches. We will convert that one. We'll use this mathematical sentence. 200 yards, which is the given. This 200 yards, this is a whole number. So this is over 1 times. Take note that if your numerator is in yards, you should put the yard in the denominator. When you multiply its conversion factor, so we'll have yard here so that we can cancel these unit, and what remains is in inches. So that is 1 yard. We'll use the conversion factor. 1 yard is equivalent to 36 inches. So we'll put yard here and we'll put 36 inches here. Our purpose is we can cancel this unit yard, and what remains is inches is equal to n. After devising a plan, we can now carry out the plan or we need to solve it using this mathematical sentence. So we have here 200 yards multiplied by 36 inches all over 1 yard. So remember, this is a whole number, so it has 1 here. Understood? We have 1 here. So this time we have yards here multiplied by 36 inches over 1 yard. So this time we can cancel yard, and what remains is in inches. So 200 times 36 will multiply numerator to numerator. That is 7,200 inches all over 1 times 1 is 1. 7,200 divided by 1 is equal to 7,200 inches. So this is now our answer. For step 4, we can now look back or check. So in checking, we have to ensure that the solution is consistent with the facts of the problem. Looking back in converting yards to inches, we converted a bigger unit So we have yards is it's a bigger unit. We converted it to smaller unit, which is in inches. Thus, it involves multiplication. We can directly multiply 200 by 36, and we get the same result, which is 7,200 inches. Problem number 2. Nena bought 96 inches long ribbon for her project. How long is the ribbon in feet? So first, we have to understand the problem. We'll go back to the problem. Nena bought 96 inches. Okay, 96 inches ribbon. So we have to convert it in feet. So still, inches is in English system, feet is in English system. So given is 96 inches, we have to convert it into feet. And what is asked in the problem? How long is the cloth in inches? So step 2, we have to devise a plan. We have to plan what is the best strategy to solve the problem. So use the conversion factor. 1 foot is equivalent to 12 inches. So we have here 96 inches times, use the conversion factor, 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. So our numerator here is in inches. So we have to put inches in the denominator. So we have 12 inches in the denominator and 1 foot in the numerator, so that we can easily cancel this unit inches, and what remains is in foot is equal to n. Step 3, we have to carry out the problem. Use the unity fractions. So we have 96 inches. This is understood. It has 1 as the denominator times. We have to use the conversion factor here. 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. So we have to put 12 inches here so that we can easily cancel inches. Then 1 foot here in the numerator. And then we will multiply 96 times 1. It's 96 feet. 1 times 12 is equal to 12. 96 divided by 12, that is equal to 8 feet. So this is now the answer. For step 4, look back or check. We will ensure that the solution is consistent with the facts of the problem. Looking back, in converting inches to feet, we converted a smaller unit to a bigger unit. Inches, this is a smaller unit compared to feet. Thus, it involves division. We can directly divide 96 by 12, and we get the same result, which is equal to 8. Problem number 3. Mario's Christmas lantern is approximately 10 inches long. Convert this to millimeters. So we'll have the first step. We have to understand the problem first. Going back to the problem, Mario's Christmas lantern is approximately 10 inches long. Remember that inches is a unit for English system, and millimeters is in metric system. So we have to convert from English to metric system. Based on the problem, the given is 10 inches, and what is asked in the problem, we have to convert 10 inches to millimeters. Based on this given information, we will now proceed to step 2, which is we have to devise a plan. So in solving this problem, we can use 2 conversion factors. We have here 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeters. So we have to convert this 10 inches first to centimeters. Then after converting it to centimeters, we will convert centimeters to millimeters. So this is now our mathematical sentence. The given is 10 inches. Of course, this is a whole number. This is understood. We have 1 as the denominator. Multiplied by, if our first factor here is in inches and our numerator is in inches, so we have to see to it that our inch is in this part is in the denominator. So we'll use this conversion factor. 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeters. So we'll write inch here and we'll write 2.54 centimeters in the numerator. Why? Because we need to cancel this inches so that what remains is in centimeters. And then multiplied by, we'll use this conversion factor. 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeters. So take note, this is now in centimeters. So we'll have it on the opposite. So we have it in the denominator, centimeter. And then here, we'll write here 1 centimeter in the denominator and 10 millimeters in the numerator is equal to n. So we have now our plan. We can now solve the problem, solve the mathematical sentence. So carry out now the plan. So use the unity fractions. So we have 10 inches times 2.54 centimeters all over 1 inch times 10 millimeters over 1 centimeter. So take note that 10 inches has a denominator which is 1. So 10 times 2.54 over 1 inch. So we will cancel inches. 10 times 2.54 times 10. So we have here 254 millimeters. And then 1 times 1 times 1 is equal to, it's equal to 1. So that's 254 divided by 1. It's just equal to 254 millimeters. So this is now our unit because we cancelled inches. We cancelled also centimeters. So our final answer now is 254 millimeters. Look back or check, we have to ensure that the solution is consistent with the facts of the problem. Of course, this is reliable because looking back to our solution, so this is 254 millimeters. This is bigger compared to the given problem, which is given of the problem, which is 10 inches. Problem number 4. The normal body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. What is the equivalent in degrees Fahrenheit? Step 1. Understand the problem. This involves temperature conversions from this is in metric system, degrees Celsius, and degrees Fahrenheit is in English system. Given is 37 degrees Celsius, and what is asked in the problem, we have to convert 37 degrees Celsius to degrees Fahrenheit. And then step 2, we have to devise a plan. So we can use the formula, which is degrees Celsius times 9 over 5, quantity plus 32 equals n. Then we will use this formula in solving the problem. So we have to proceed to step 3, which is carry out the plan. Using the formula, that is equal to 37 degrees Celsius times 9 over 5. That is equal to 333 over 5, quantity plus 32. 333 over 5 or divided by 5 is equal to 66.6 plus 32 is equal to 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. So looking back or check, ensure that the solution is consistent with the facts of the problem. So of course, this degrees Fahrenheit, this is a smaller unit compared to our given, which is 37 degrees Celsius. So this is a bigger unit, so expected that our result should be greater in number. So this result is reliable. Problem number 5. The average speed of a motorcycle is approximately equal to 50 kilometers per hour. Convert this to centimeter per second. So how are we going to solve this one? We have to first understand the problem. What is asked in the problem? What are the given information? So we have here 50 kilometers per hour. This is the average speed. So this involves distance and time. So it's time and distance conversion. So this is a bit complicated compared to the previous problems. So given 50 kilometers per hour, and what is asked in the problem is we have to convert 50 kilometers per hour to centimeter per second. So based on this information, we can now devise a plan on how to solve that problem or this problem. So we have to convert time in the denominator. So we have to use 1 hour is equal to 3,600 seconds. And for the numerator, which is the distance, we use 1 kilometer is equal to 100,000 centimeters. So we'll use these two conversion factors to solve this problem. So first, we will write the given, which is 50 kilometers per hour. So 50 kilometers over 1 hour multiplied by, we'll use this conversion factor, 1 kilometer is equal to 100,000 centimeters. So take note that our numerator here is in kilometers. So we'll write 1 kilometer on the denominator, so that we can easily cancel this one. So that is 1 kilometer, and then 100,000 centimeters should be in the numerator. And this time we have here 100,000 centimeters multiplied by, this is times, okay, 1 hour. So since hour here is in the denominator, so that we can easily cancel, we will write 1 hour in the numerator and 3,600 in the denominator. 3,600 is in seconds, so is equal to n. This time we can now carry out the problem. So we have 50 kilometers per hour multiplied by 100,000 centimeters all over 1 kilometer times 1 hour all over 3,600 seconds. So we'll have here kilometers, so I'll cancel kilometers and kilometers. And then here, hour and hour, what remains is in centimeter per second, which is our target, centimeter per second. So 50 times 100,000 is equal to 5 million centimeters. And 1 times 1 times 3,600 seconds is equal to 3,600 seconds. Dividing it, it will give us the result of 1,388.9 centimeters per second. So this is now our answer. For step 4, we need to look back or check. You have to ensure that the solution is consistent with the facts of the problem. So looking back, so we have here 1,388.9 centimeters per second. Of course, this is realistic. This should be greater in number, because this is converted from bigger unit to smaller unit. So it should be that the result is in a bigger number. That's all, and thank you so much for watching. And I hope that you learn a lot from this video tutorial. Till next time, bye bye.